And we're back with another episode on the Unfiltered Journey podcast. I am your host, Will. Man, I missed you guys. I know I haven't put out an episode in a couple weeks. Full transparency, mentally, I was not in the best place. So I needed some time to myself. Went through the proper channels, did what I had to do, and we're back. This episode is not going to be a long episode because I just want to give you a basic outline on this topic. But the topic comes from a subscriber of mine who wanted me to talk about budgeting. And it's very important, especially in the time that we're living in today. This economy is really kicking everybody's butt. It's really doing a number on a lot of people. And it's really stressing people out mentally, and their living arrangements is changing uh, rather abruptly. But budgeting, when you look at budgeting, I want people to equate budgeting with peace, with a peace of mind, because budgeting will allow you to see different things and be able to adjust not on the fly, but adjust with clarity. So today, when we're talking about budgeting, understand I'm not giving you some magical place to put your money so you can retire at 30. This is not the Instagram version of budgeting. This is going to be a real life budgeting episode, right? And again, it's not long. This is the beginner part of budgeting. As you get good at budgeting, you can become very elaborate on how you can do things and stuff of that nature. But I think that the best thing to do is stay basic, right? We all looking at our accounts on Fridays and trying to figure out what's coming out first. And we have to understand that budgeting isn't about being rich. It's about having control, even just for the little things at first, right? So what we want to do, or what I want you guys to do with the stress that you're feeling when you sit down and you're about to do this, is breathe. Take a deep breath in and just breathe, right? And understand that if your money feels messy right now, it's okay, right? You're not a failure, right? None of us is taught right away on how to do these things. We learn them pretty much on the fly. We learn how to budget. We learn how to dictate how our finances go. And sometimes it's not for the best. And in the economy that we're living in today, we have to be extremely smart on what we do with our money. And have you ever noticed that even when money is tight, clarity changes? So having a budget and understanding what your budget is and being able to look and reference your budget is going to be very important. So, step one, I need you to know what your real numbers are. What are that? What are your real numbers, right? And you really only need to think about three things. We're making it very simple. What comes in, what must go out, and what are we wasting without realizing? Most of us realize the money that we're wasting and just don't want to stop. But that third one is going to be very important. So, what you want to do is you want to start with your income after taxes. Don't tell me, Will, I make $500 a week. I'm going to simply ask you, is that after taxes? No? Then that number don't count to me. It's what you make after taxes. So, grab a notepad, grab a pen. I don't care what color it is. I don't care if it's your kid's pencil. You want to write down all of your fixed bills. Everything that is a guarantee, like death and taxes, you want to write down all your fixed bills. So that means your rent, your mortgage, your car note, gas, groceries, insurance, your phone, right? Your credit card debt, everything that is a fixed bill for that month. You want to write all of that down. When you realize what number, when you tally that number up, you realize that that number is your survival number. So when you have your survival number and you're looking at what you're pulling in, this is when all the stuff really starts happening, right? Cutting without feeling punished is going to be key, because a lot of people don't want to get rid of unnecessary things because, it's like, oh, then I won't have no fun. I'm not saying cut everything. I'm saying cut what doesn't work. Think of it like this. You have a boat and you're in the middle of the ocean, and subscriptions create a hole, late fees create a hole, food deliveries create a hole, online shopping, create a whole, what eventually happens to that boat? It sinks. So what we want to do is we want to find ways to plug up those leaks. We're not cutting the joy. We're just trying to find ways to plug up the leaks. So what we need to do is look at those things that don't work. So if there's certain subscriptions that you can get rid of and do without, I would do it, right? So for instance, I love to watch sports. I watch football and basketball. I have Fubo TV as a streaming network. I pay, I think, like $85, I think it was. Um, my book is here somewhere, but it's like $85 a month. I don't use it for almost 5 months. I cut it off. And then I restart it again when I'm ready to watch it. But think about that. $85 times that by 5 is what? I just saved myself almost $500 from not paying something I don't need. So this is what I'm saying. You can get creative with it and understand that I'll cut it temporarily to help me out. But the reality of a budget is to be firm. Not a lot of people have that flexibility. So some of you have to permanently do it. If you're in debt, and this is always the tricky thing about debt. Most people will tell you if you have 4 credit cards, always pay the minimum. That's great, but those late fees and that interest still comes in. It still shows up. So if you can, in your budget, being real with yourself, using real numbers, pay something more than minimum, I feel like that would help you out a lot. A long way. Along with that, you want to look at all of your credit cards. I don't know how many you have, whether it's 2, 4, 7, whatever, right? Take your credit cards and understand whatever the smallest balance is, put them in order from smallest to largest. And as you're making your payments, you want to clip off the small balance first. Then that money rolls over into the next card. So you basically create an avalanche of being able to pay off your debt. That's gonna actually help you out. So you want to start with your smallest balance and then work your way up. Yes, you want to keep maintaining minimum, a little bit more than minimum payments on the other credit cards while you're knocking these cards off, but that would help you build momentum, right? This is not about having your math perfect. It's about the behavior. It's about what you're creating by doing this habit. So the other thing that you want to talk about when it's coming to budgeting and this economy and things of that nature is having an emergency fund. Now, the old school rule was making sure that you had $500 stashed away for a rainy day so your life doesn't get chaotic when something happens. Well, this is 2026, people. Unfortunately, $500 is not going to do much for you. I would recommend anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500. Depending on what your life is, what your bills are, you may have to try to save a little bit more. You may be able to get away with just $1,000 to $1,500. But understand that that is giving you a cushion for every small issue that might become chaos in your life. And again, you can change those numbers based off of how your life is. When we talk about real income, sometimes the issue isn't spending. It's actually the income. Are you making enough money to hit your survival number and doing that? If you've cut everything, if you've done all of it, well, I did it all. I cut the subscriptions. I reduced the takeout food. I did it all, Will. Still tight. Okay. Then we would have to visit the idea of maybe a part-time job. We would have to visit the idea of asking for overtime. Or, great idea, look around your house for anything that you don't use. Clothes that you've had in your closet that you don't use. Sell it. Sell it. It's just sitting there. Sell it. They have apps like Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace. Sell it. Books that you haven't read in years. Sell it. Somebody else will read it. Shoot, send it to me. I'm going to read it. I love reading books. I'll pay you for it. We'll negotiate that. But you understand, if you look around your house, you'll find money everywhere in your house. And that can help you alleviate some of the stuff. So you want to look at that. you can also ask for a raise. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you, asking for a raise sounds great. A lot of businesses are struggling though. So be aware that that may not happen. And if it does, that's great. That means they value you. That means you're a great worker and it helps relieve some of the stress. But when you get the raise, budgeting skill stays the same. You still have to look at it. You can't out budget low income forever, right? You have to understand that. So, what does budgeting really do? Budgeting is a way to reduce stress. It's not going to increase your money, but it'll help you reduce the stress because having the knowledge of what's actually coming in, what's going out, and what your plan is, it'll allow you to sleep better. Mentally, you'll be better, right? Because now you've constructed this plan every month, right? We're in March. You've done March. You start working on April at the end of March, and now you know where your money's going, what money you have left over, what you can and cannot do. It feels so much better knowing that you have that opportunity, right? And also remind yourself that as you're doing this budget, the goal is not perfection. It's to give yourself a peace of mind. That's really all budgeting is. So we're gonna wrap this up because this is a basic outline that you could take with you on the run. Get yourself a notebook. Get yourself a budgeting planner. You can go to CVS, you can go to Walgreens, whatever makes it best for you. Grab a pen, sit down with yourself, your partner, 10, 15 minutes max, and just go over what your fixed bills are. You want to know what's coming in, you want to know what's going out, you need to identify what you're wasting your money on. Number 3 is the most important because that's where you can find a lot of relief to help you survive in this economy. Number 3, where you're wasting your money. You want to plug up the boat so you're able to get to shore and relax. Budgeting is not about taking away all your happiness. Will told me to do this. Will's just trying to make sure that you understand the basic principles of budgeting and how that can help you later on down the line. But listen, you do those things, you sit with yourself in honest conversation with yourself or with your partner, and I hope everything turns out well for you. Budgeting 101, entry level. I hope that this helps anybody that is having any struggles in this economy right now. Listen, you just got to keep going. No matter how hard it gets, you want to keep going. You want to keep looking at the brighter side of things. And I know it's hard sometimes, but you want to know what? We're built for this. We're made for this. We survived 100% of the days that we thought that we wasn't. So, with that being said, I will see you on the next episode. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be one that I need personally, but it's also going to be one that I think a lot of us could use. And I look forward to recording that episode with my guest and getting that going. So enjoy your day. Get your pen, get your pad, get the budgeting. I'll see you later. Peace.